Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and a quick video with a review, inbox review of the Rubicon Models Centurion Mk.3 Mk.5. Let's roll credits. So, welcome back to the channel and a quick inbox review of the Centurion Mk.3 stroke Mk.5 from Rubicon Models. 56 scale, obviously being Rubicon. And the plan is that I'm going to build this as an IDF Mk.5. And then it's going to, firstly, the plan is it's going to be on the competition table at Telford. And then it's going to be handed off as I've done with my other Rubicon kits, to the Stoke-on-Trent IPMS club, who have a Rubicon Models SIG. So that's the plan with this. What I plan to do is not do it as a build series, you know, showing me gluing the plastic together and stuff, but break it down into various stages throughout the build, and just do a short video update on where we're at with it and how it's going. So yeah, let's go and have a look at the kit and down on the bench, and then I'll come back at the end. So folks, here we are down at the bench with the Rubicon Models Centurion Mk.3 Mk.5. So obviously it's Rubicon, it's 56 scale, and some great box art there. We've got the two Centurions, and obviously a bit of fire. They're in battle. Tells 56 scale. It's a main battle tank, and it's British in design and manufacture. So what it's also telling us is we can build either the Mk.3 or the Mk.5. All hatches can be open or closed. It can be built with or without the side skirts, and we've got options for World War II or the Korean War. And the tank commander for both periods is included. So moving up, we've just got the side there with the tank on, telling us what it is. Kit number is 280104 if you want to get one. Yeah, really cool, really cool. Typical Rubicon boxing. So on the back we are told a little bit of blurb about the tank, used in the Yom Kippur War, used in South Lebanon, used in 1982, etc, etc. So we're going to be doing an IDF version from Yom Kippur. That is the plan. So obviously this was built at the end of, or developed end of the Second World War. Never really saw combat in that, but used in Korea, Vietnam, etc. So it tells us about the different variants. So the Mk.3 had a 20-pounder gun, whereas the Mk.5 had coaxial machine gun mounts, it had rear escape hatches, etc, etc. We get a decal sheet in it, which we'll have a look at, but obviously we've got all the markings on there, IDF, allied markings, etc. So yeah, it looks very, very cool. So let's have a look inside the box. He says, so typical Rubicon, move those out, get that out of the way. So we've got the instruction book, and then we've got our individual sprues in the grey plastic colour, all bagged individually, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different sprues. So we'll get those out of the way for now. So we'll have a look at the instructions. So if I zoom in just a touch, there we go, that'll do us. So we have a copy of the box art there, then we have the sprue maps, which look very cool. Decor sheet we'll have a look at in a bit. So step one, so we're assembling wheels and tracks, typical Rubicon. You can add them after, which makes painting and weathering very simple. Then we've got the bathtub lower hull, adding all the suspension etc onto that, very simple. And then we've got the upper hull assembly, so we're just popping that onto the lower hull, adding the various bits and bobs. Chassis, so it says here windshield template, so use 0.5mm acrylic sheet, which isn't included, and cut into shape, and it gives you a template there, so we can add that if we wish. We're then moving on, more on the upper hull. We've got a British Commander and we've got Australian included in, so we can use one of those. And then we're moving on to the gun itself, telling us to assemble it first. Turret assembly, mud guards, and then we've got turret assembly for the Mk.3. Mk.3 final assembly. Okay, so then if we turn over, we have the turret assembly for the Mk.5 version, which we'll be using. Mk.5 antenna, side skirts, and Mk.3, etc, etc. Okay, it's very simple. We've got a bit of a catalogue there of other Rubicon stuff, and that's the instructions. Get those out of the way. So decor sheet then. So we've got loads and loads and loads. So we've got Allied markings, we've got Israeli markings, loads of unit markings, etc. Rubicon decals are really good. They all look really cool in register. Tank names, very, very cool. Very cool. Okay. So, let's have a look at the sprues. So, first of all, let's have a look at this one. So, typical Rubicon, they are bagged individually, sealed, they're not stapled, which is always good to see. So, first sprue we're going to look at them. So, we're looking at, we have wheels here, we've got the sides of the hull, which are really nicely detailed. That's a nice rivet detail, etc. We've got the lower hull, various running gear, sprocket mounts, drive wheel mounts, etc. Suspension. So yeah, all the kind of fine ejection pin marks are molded on places you're not going to see them, which is very, very cool. Wheels themselves, nice bit of rivet detail on there at this scale. Yeah, very nice, typical Rubicon. So next sprue. So we've got the upper hull. Now bear in mind this is 56 scale, and it's not a small tank, you know, it's fairly sizable, so it's very cool. So we've got the engine grills on the back there. We've got the tools molded in, and some nice rivet detail and stuff down the sides there, which will take a wash really well. And then we're onto the wheels themselves again, nice rivet detail on those. Tracks are okay, bear in mind they're going to be weathered, and the benefit, as I said, of these is they're separate, so you can paint and weather them off the tank, add them at the end, job done. Drive sprockets, tow hooks, yeah, very nice indeed, very nice. So then we're on to one of the turret sprues, not sure which one this is. But again, if we look at the turret, there's lots of nice detail moulded into it. We've got some wiring, rivets around the cupola. Yeah, very nice indeed. And then there we've got our tank commander torso. And again, at this scale, that detail, perfect. Got his arms, jack mount, and then there's the commander's head, or one of them. And at this scale, that will paint up really, really nice. Very cool. Very cool. And then last but not least, we have the final sprue, which has the turret size, different turret top, depending on whether you're building the Mk.3 or Mk.5 version. Wait a minute. There we go. So again, we've got the different turret top there, but again, very well detailed, nicely moulded. We've got a different tank commander torso there, different head. So this one is wearing a beret as opposed to a helmet, and he's shouting at somebody, and he's holding a map, pointing. Got the mantlet cover just there, which will paint up really nice, I'm sure. And then we've got the cupola itself. There, very nice, rivets and everything are on it, which is good. And all the various bits and bobs. So yeah, this should build up really cool. We've got a slide molded barrel, so not much cleanup's going to be required on that at all. Jerry cans, etc. So yeah, very nice detail, very nice. Yeah, so looking forward to getting cracking with this and getting this built, and then we'll come back and we'll be doing some painting. So yeah, really cool. And so there we go, folks. That is what you get in the box. Typical Rubicon quality. It's just, I don't know how they do it at this scale and for the price point they do it at, but they do. And it looks like a fantastic kit. I'm really looking forward to getting cracking with it. And as I say, the plan will be just to do some short video updates at various stages, a bit like I did with our King Tiger. So we'll look at, we'll look at it constructed and built, then we'll look at some painting, weathering, etc. This will be going on a display base. I'm not sure yet how I'm gonna do that base. But yeah, so it will be on the competition at table at Telford if I can finish it in time. And then, as I say, it will be handed off to the Stoke-on-Trent IPMS Club for their Rubicon SIG. Talking of which, description to their social media is in the description. I always say that. So a link to their social media stuff is in the description below, as well as a link to Rubicon Models. So go and have a look at that. They do some great stuff. Black Rifle Model Works community group, again, link is in the description below. So if you haven't already, go and join that, and you'll be more than welcome. You'll see some fantastic work. So that's it, guys. I'm going to crack on with this build. So the next video will be once I've put it together, really, and we'll have a look at it before it goes into paint. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Happy hobbying. Bye-bye.